What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. So for today's video, I'm actually going to do a review of these drums. Honest review after having them for 1 month. Yeah, it's about to get intense, but you gotta love it. Welcome to Percussion Life. My name is Eric Perez. If you are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, just so you can know whenever I upload. And also, hit that like button. It really does help me out so YouTube can continue pushing these videos out and help kind of share the love. And if you're coming back again, returning customer, returning subscriber, thank you so much for being a day one and supporting this channel, commenting, and just giving suggestions and sharing. Man, it's just awesome. And a lot of you actually were asking for an honest review about these drums ever since I got them. So if you haven't seen that video already, I've had them for about a month. I'll try to link it up here somewhere, where I kind of give a brief description of each drum and kind of just play them out of the box. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna review each one individually. We're gonna break down each spec and how each one is kind of made in a sense, and then just play a slight demo of what I try, and I'm trying to play what I believe the potential of this instrument has. But yeah, I'm gonna try to show that individually. I'll have timestamps down below, so if you're only interested in one specific size or you're curious about another, just click down below and it'll take you straight there. So yeah, let's get into the review. Alright, so for the first drum, here I have a 10-inch Requinto. Man, it has 6 lugs. I have a 1.8 millimeter steer skin on here from Manito Percussion, and it's about 30 inches tall, and at the bottom it has this little rubber part right here, which helps like the bottom not get scratched up. Something that I love in particular, this is called Moperc, but Moperc makes these little rubber parts that prevent it from scratching on other drums. So I think that's pretty unique in regards to that. Of course, this is a North American ash solid stave drum, and it's just cut. It's not steam bent, it's literally just cut and glued together on a specific way that Moperc does. And we're gonna talk about how my drums are made in a future video. I have footage of that, which is crazy. So it's gonna be awesome when I could just share all of that, so you guys can really see the behind the scenes on how these drums are made. It's just phenomenal, man. But my first impression when I first opened the boxes and started to play with these drums is they just felt like unbreakable, like industrial. I don't know another way to say it, but main parts is, of course, the hardware. The hardware is stainless steel. I mean, like, this thing feels like like it's not gonna break, but it's the attention to detail that I love. The logo that is literally on after every part. It's just so like, I don't know the word. Like, it's just so intricate. Just everything that it's the way it's done. The paint, it's just perfect. And I think that in regards to the size, like, it has a nice belly for a 10-inch Requinto. Really nice belly, so it allows that kind of like the transition of the sound to be a lot sharper, clear. I would say after playing it a couple times and just hearing it here, this will be without any EQ, so you guys can actually hear just the difference. Like it's crazy. It still has some sort of overtone. I will say that. I don't think that you know, this is the driest type of wood. I believe the construction and everything that's been able to make from it, like it helps prevent those crazy rings. Like, you know, when you do that, like it's not like it's just crazy when you hear that, and it's so annoying, but you still get some overtones. But that's part of the instrument, and again, it's also part of the type of wood it is. And North American ash is a very overall kind of use type of wood, and you're gonna get different characteristics in comparison to maybe like the oak of Moperc Percussion that I tried out a couple months ago. Like that is dry, but oak is dry. That's just how that type of wood is. It's very dry. Like it's just, and plus again, not to compare this Requinto with that Requinto, but that's a solid shell drum. That's a completely different style and sound and characteristic. So you can't, that's like comparing apples and oranges. You can't really do that because they're two completely different ways of construction and how they're being made. But this is your more modern style drum with a vintage look and still keeps true to the vintage and to the roots of it all. Like this is just awesome. It has a beautiful style. As well, something to say that this instrument is especially this drum in particular, this Requinto, I chose a 10-inch because I feel like it's like the perfect size between a 9-inch and 11-inch when it comes to that nice high pop. The 11-inch is like the more, you would say, commercialized size of a quinto, but and the 9-inch is more, I would say, the truer size of what a Requinto is. But the 10-inch, I feel like I could fit my hands a lot better on it, and it gives kind of like the best of both worlds. Like I could tune it, you know, this is kind of low, and then I could tune it a little bit higher. Crazy, right? Like this 10-inch can go and get kind of characteristics of a 9-inch, where an 11-inch quinto really can't give you just that type of pop. And man, I'm telling you, like one thing I found about this drum is like the higher you go, the kind of a drier sound still mixed with some sort of overtone. It's just weird. And again, I'm probably gonna sound like a broken record, but I discover things and sounds and tones every single time I play, and it's only been a month, and I'm telling you, like I've practiced a lot more, just because when I hear a slap, I'm like, how did I do that slap? And I want to figure that out. How did this open tone sound this way? So that's something I think that just goes in how this drum is, you know, completely handmade, how, you know, meticulous they are with certain details, and just the type of wood. Again, just the construction, the style. It is a beautiful, beautiful drum. Again, you know, it's you know, I'm not a little guy, but it's just, you know, it's a little bit heavy. It's a little bit heavy, but when people you know, say, man,
it's just heavy drums, gigging, and all this.
You know, you have bags with, you could get bags with some wheels on them, you know, and that helps. But as well, it's like the trade-off. You're looking for an authentic sound. You're looking for a modern sound, and you can get at with these type of drums. There's gonna be some sort of trade-off. You're gonna want maybe something light for gigging, and I know not everybody that owns Mopercs uses them to gig. I can't tell you my experience of gigging with these yet. Hopefully soon, and I'll definitely let you guys know. But, and of course, you know, something that I love specifically about my drums is that it's just that logo, man. That logo always kills me. But yeah, this is the 10-inch Requinto. Again, it's 30 inches tall. It has a nice thick skin on it, so which is my preference. I wish I would have gone a little bit thicker on this skin, but again, I think, you know, and I always wanted to see, you know, I just want to push the limits. Sometimes I think if I would have gone a little bit thinner, it would have been cool too. But I think that this construction, the build, the sound, it's very rich, it's very responsive. Like, yeah, it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just very rich, very responsive. Like, the sound you want, it's gonna give it to you. Like, it's really just gonna give you the characteristic that you're looking for, especially if you're looking for like a, you know, a rumba instrument, man. This is pretty crazy. But yeah, you know, 10-inch Requinto, y'all. 10-inch Requinto, beautiful. Alright, now for the Conga. This Conga is 11.75 inches, 6 lugs, 30 inches tall. It has, again, North American ash, solid wood stave, and it's carved cut, and not steam bent. Again, it has the wood, the little rubber parts at the bottom, and man, this thing is heavy. I'm not gonna lie on you on this one. This thing is up there on weight, but I feel like, and I said this on the Requinto, like it's industrial. I feel the sturdiness. I feel like I could punch it and that it will punch me back because it got offended that I decided to punch it. So it just reminded me, look, I'm just that good. Like that's how I feel whenever I play this instrument. It's like a conversation that we have. We're trying to figure something out and it talks to me back. It literally feels that way every single time I play. And this is the instrument that I've probably played the most in regards to all the sizes that we have. Like, I've messed around a lot with the Requinto, but I'm always on the Conga. Whenever I've been doing these tutorials and certain lessons that I've had, I'm on the Conga, and I'm always trying to figure out like where it's best suited. And I've tested it with I've like recorded some like a southern rock. I've recorded some funk with it, some contemporary kind of pop music as well, and it's given me the characteristic that I was looking for. So one thing about this drum is that, at least specifically on the 11.75 inch Conga, is that it's giving me like whatever scenario I need, it can give me a sound, and it still sounds somewhat unique. Again, it has to do with the build quality, the type of wood. North American ash is a very versatile style wood. You know, it's not like oak, where it's very, you know, dry, you could say. Maple is very, again, like each style wood or each type of wood has a characteristic that can really kind of like make it pop. Like mahogany, I'm assuming mahogany is just a certain characteristic that's warm. Like I believe so. But ash, like I feel that you can just play it on all levels, different genres, and it can fit perfectly. So like for example, I haven't tuned it from the last time that I did it, but let's see. Like, again, just like the Requinto, it's responsive. Whatever I am looking for, like if I want to do an open tone, it's going to give me the response I want. And I'm not going to say there's no overtone. Like, I've heard some people, man, it's super dry. No, there's some overtone. There's again, there's a little bit of ring. There's a little bit of ring, but it's not like, no, it's not even close to that. It's not even remotely close. Like when I do a slap, right there. And as well, something that we need to always understand is that the room that you're in, this room is not fully soundproof. This room that I'm in has some space, so you're gonna hear certain echoes. But it gives that rich feel. Like again, it has to do with the construction. It has to do with the style and the shape. If you really pay attention to it and look at it, it has like that nice sized belly. Like I don't know how to say it. It has a really beautiful belly, but then at the bottom it kind of starts to kind of thin out. So you get that kind of feel right there. You literally get, it's a nice size belly with a nice size opening at the bottom, and you get that sound that way. But let's say you didn't want this low sound, this Latin kind of salsa tone, and you wanted something more poppy or wanted something more popular for contemporary music. This can go there. Like again, let me tune it up real quick, and I'm just gonna give it one full turn. So listen to this, and this is just one full turn. again, the sound you want. It's just incredible. It went from a very, somontuno tone to a very like, I'm telling you, I've played a lot of drums, a lot of different styles, skins and heads, and my slap has never sounded that good. And I'm just being just honest. It's not that I've gotten better, since I got these drums, but my slap, it's just crazy, man. And again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this has about a 2mm thick steer skin from Anita Percussion. So it's considered an extra thick or thick skin in comparison to something a little bit thinner than that. But I think that actually helps the characteristic of the drum, not specifically the style skin that I have, because I think this drum will still excel with a cow skin or a bull skin. I think this drum will still have that type of characteristic where it can go really low and really high and still sound whatever style music that you want. And something that I've been getting a lot of these questions, in my personal opinion, in regards to traditional rims. And I think that people need to understand a lot of the commercial and mass-produced drums that are made are now, just solely using some form of comfort curve type rim. But those comfort curve type rims are not as durable as something that is stainless steel. And from my understanding, it's really hard to make something that's comfort curve, being it handmade using stainless steel material. But how do I feel at coming from something that was comfort curve versus something that is traditional? Something that I think for me that a lot of people don't know is I even with like my Mano bongos, I have traditional rims on them. Like, I've always preferred traditional rims on bongos, and I've not minded on congas. If the traditional rim is set at a perfect place where I believe these are, because of the distance between where the edge of the drum is. So if like you could see when I'm hitting it, my hand is not hitting the bottom like that. I can feel it. I know it's there, but I'm not hitting it in a position or a way where it's so low. For example, like this, where you're definitely gonna cut yourself, because some people just play that low. And in that case, I'm telling you, yeah, this is not gonna work for you, especially on this main drum. And I think I should voice it for this one particular, because this is the size that most people play, either that or maybe an 11-inch. But if you're gonna play this low, like, one, I would just suggest try to see how your technique is, because you may be injuring yourself in other ways, and plus your position isn't there, so when you're playing this low where it's starting to kind of hit right here, then that's where the problem is. You have to go a little bit higher. And for me, it's just never been an issue. So when I went from, you know, my Moperc Congas to here, it wasn't like, oh, I need to adjust my hands and move them up. No, I was used to playing a certain way based on my technique. But when people that have invested in Moperc drums, you know, when their technique hasn't been, you know, been down here the whole time, yeah, you're gonna have to readjust to avoid injury or to avoid getting cut. Because yeah, you can get this tone. But I'm gonna cut myself when I play that way. I'm gonna injure myself. So I suggest that if you are in the market looking at something like this, just reevaluate how you're playing before you do invest in these drums. Because if you're so used to just playing, you know, using that rim as leverage to play, you're gonna feel that traditional rim. So something that I know personally, and I've done videos on it in regards to hand positioning, Conga chops has a great lesson in regards to that as well. But reevaluate that, because you're gonna end up cutting the bottom of your hand, and it's not gonna be pleasant at all. So but since I had them for a month, I have not once felt the traditional rim hurting me, bothering me, impeding me to do certain techniques. But I think it's because I had already established a certain way of playing where that wasn't going to be affected. And I knew that going in before playing on, you know, getting the Mopercs because of that. And I remember that Francis had asked me, Francis, the owner of Moperc, had asked me, do you want me to lower it even more for you? And I'm like, nah, do it the way you did it, because eventually the head is going to go down. It's going to settle. I don't want it to settle that much, you know, hope not, but it's gonna settle. But if you want, he'll ask you, like, do you want me to lower it a little bit for you? Because sometimes people do want it a little bit lower, but then you end up stretching the head just a little bit too much, and I didn't want to do that. But man, this drum, especially the Conga, is just super special. I love the size, I love the feel, and I just can't wait to use it on many more settings and many more styles of music. And it's been the drum that I've been practicing on the most. It's definitely the one I've been hitting the most. It's probably going to be the one that's going to break in, obviously, a lot faster. But it brings a smile to my face. It's just, there's a characteristic about this that I cannot explain it. And unless you've played it in person, that's the only way that I think one can experience just how responsive this is, man. I'm telling you, this has no EQ, and it has a sound that is just, I really don't know what the heck is going on. And it's a beautiful drum, man. But yeah, I love it. And of course, again, it has my name on the back. It's just, it's beautiful, man. Beautiful, very durable. I feel like it's gonna last 30 years, man, and still gonna sound phenomenal. It's still gonna sound great. That's how I feel like this drum. It's just, whoo, that thing is crazy. Alright, now for the Tumba. This Tumba is 12.5 inches and it's about 30 inches tall, 6 lugs. It has a about 2.4 millimeter thick steer skin from Percussion. And of course, I didn't mention it before, all of them are in the amber finish if you're interested in purchasing the skins from Percussion. But this is where you start. You know, you need to hit the gym a little bit for this one, y'all. This one is a big boy. It's heavy. but you feel it. You feel the ruggedness, you feel the industrialness, you feel just, again, the attention to detail, just everything in regards to this drum. Like you look at it and it's like you could tell somebody took their time on this. Somebody made sure that the seams look nice, and again, like I said before, this one has the rubber bottom right here. Each drum, also, and I didn't mention, each drum is signed by El Maestro himself, Francis, and but man, this is like, this is the, to me, like a Tumba, 12.5, like that's standard, right? And you know, it depends what you're gonna be using it for. If I do take this out to gigs, I would probably do this over the Super Tumba, but I would probably still interchange. You know, if I just needed to take 2 drums, I'd take the Super Tumba and the Conga, or this and the Conga, and I would probably try to always stay with this, just because it has a characteristic like it's very, I don't know, rich. It's rich. It's a rich tone. This is how it sounds flat. And if like you're probably in a Roomba setting, again, it has an overtone. Like I think people need to understand that as well. Is that these drums are gonna have a little overtone. But again, like I said in other ones, it's not that. It's not that. It's an overtone that I believe complements the tone of the drum. Like I think it's just like, hey, I sound good. Like I think that's what it's saying. So like you hit it, hey, that sound good. Like that's the overtone. That's the overtone that I think just comes out. But again, this Tumba is very versatile. It's different because, and I've tried it in such a lower setting. This is probably one of the lowest that some people would have it. But I've tried it in a little higher setting. Let's tune it up just a little bit. I don't want to outstretch this drum and take it out of its characteristic. But something that I know is that some people, when they do order Mopercs, I know certain people, they just order 2 tumbas, you know, and they order 2 tumbas because of the characteristic that low end does. Because one thing, when I first started playing this tumba has a certain bass that the Conga wasn't really giving. Which, in that, I'm not saying that the Conga has no bass. The Conga has some crazy bass, but you would think like that was it. Like that's the peak of how beautiful a bass could sound. But when you go to a Tumba and the bass that the Tumba has, I don't know. Again, it's the size, it's the construction, it's how it's feel, the type of wood. But man, I just gave it a half a turn. Let's see here. Like, man, like, again, this is not EQ'd. So whatever you're hearing, I don't know what else to say, you know. I mean, it's a tumba, so I would say it's not an instrument that, you know, you focus so much on as just individually. I think you're focusing on how is that sound? How is that gonna sound to complement, you know, on a salsa band or a funk band or maybe a muff, maybe the bass. But unless you're gonna use it for rumba specifically, yeah, I mean, that's when you're gonna focus on those other tones. But man, it's like the slap sound great, the bass sounds great, the muff sounds great. It's a very, man, very unique. But yeah, it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy. But again, the thing that I've noticed in regards to Moperc drums is that they have a nice sized belly. Like all of them, the Requinto, the Conga, they have this like shape, and it's like so perfect where it just, that's where that is. And again, if you notice that mouth is nice size too. It's not like, and I would just say this because I've seen other drums that were made a specific way and they'll have a nice belly, but that mouth is just like maybe too big or sometimes even too small. And this kind of just makes it in a way where it's very like, you could hear it. You could hear how where it starts from here, the top, all the way down, and it adds a certain characteristic. But again, this is, it's kind of heavy, but it's the trade-off, man. If you want something that's going to be durable, if you want something that's going to last you 20, 30 years, you're going to want something that's going to feel like it is. But yeah, man, this Tumba is awesome, man. This Tumba is I love all these drums. They're all my favorites. I don't think I could say that one is better than the other, but this is crazy. This is crazy. This drum is crazy. But yeah, one more drum, the Super Tumba. All right, this is the heavy mama, the heavy beauty, la gorda gorda. This is la gorda gorda. Like this thing is big. Like, this thing, it literally covers my whole body. It covers my whole body, y'all. This is crazy. This is just beautiful. Yeah. So this is a 13-inch Super Tumba. Super Tumba, crazy, 6 lugs. Do you notice the consistency? This has 6 lugs. The Requinto has 6 lugs. Crazy. Some people have to add extra lugs, the bigger, like it's just crazy construction. Yes, so 6 lugs. This has about a 2.4 millimeter thick steer skin from Manito Percussion. It is 30 inches tall and is of course made out of North American ash, solid stave, carve cut. It's cut, it's not steam bent. I'm telling you, Moperc knew what they're doing. Michelle, you are a genius, man. How you just came up with all of this, man. It's just unbelievable. Again, something that I would say that I found after playing all these drums individually. The attention to detail in all of the drums is evident. Like, the amount of detail that went into the Requinto is here. And normally what I found is the more common drums, like a Tumba, like those, I see that more mass produced companies will pay attention to a little bit more of those. But when it comes to like these specialty drums, like a Super Tumba or a Requinto with some certain mass produced drum, like they're not, you know, consistent, and that's just the truth. They're just not. And something that I've noticed here is that the consistency is on all, and it's because, of course, it's handmade, and you can feel that it's handmade. You can tell that it's handmade. The moment that you grasp this drum, you can just tell that this thing is like, it's meant for this. It is meant for this. And yeah, so this drum, I feel it, and it's crazy. And I've actually been a big fan of it as my kind of like my main tumba, the one that I have on the side. And again, this is probably pretty low. And man, let me tell you something about this Super Tumba in regards and the difference to all the other drums is that this one resonates in a way that it lets you know there's a Super Tumba in the room. Like, it is saying, hey, Super Tumba is here. Like, it lets you know there's a Super Tumba in the room. And in comparison to all the other drums right here that we've just tried, this is probably the one drum that has the least amount of overtone. Like, it's barely evident. Like, that's all resonating. That's not overtone. That's literally saying, oh, the overtone is eh after. So it's not going eh. It's not doing none of that. It's not doing any of that. It's literally, that's all the tone. That is just crazy. That is unbelievable, because this is a big drum. It is a very big drum. It is very heavy. It is very heavy. And just like the other drums, look, it has a rubber bottom, and this one, it has a big mouth. This one has a big mouth. This one likes to talk. But yeah, this one, you have to be, kind of working out a little bit to be able to do that stuff. This one's heavy. This one's heavy. This one lets you know that it's wood. This is wood. This is straight up wood. This feels heavy, like, but not the bad heavy. Like, there's heavy that you feel like, man, you're gonna break your back. You're gonna have to go see the chiropractor after. No, this is like a heavy that is like worth it. Like, that stainless steel is there, man. It's right there. But yeah, this bass is just I don't know. And I want to say it's like unnecessary amount of bass, because I think that that I've seen certain people use this, at least this size, that I've seen before. They use it as like a bomba, Like, the thing that comes to my mind with this particular size, 13, it's like, boom. Like, if you're looking for that sound, boom, it's this size. Like, like there's times where I'm trying to set up differently than I haven't done in any of these videos yet, but I'm gonna try to put this in a position where it could be my boom, right? So I'm like, do boom, like that. That's what I like. Every time I hear this, like it just lets you know it's there, man. I don't know, man, it's so hard. Like, I'm letting you guys know, it's so hard to describe a sound And yeah, you know, this is mic'd up. Yeah, this is, you know, going the way it is, but it's hard to describe an experience and the sound to try to translate it to you guys, because I'm letting you guys know, all these little demos do it no justice at all, where the tone of this drum just is so evident. Like, man, this thing just carries. Like, it just carries. Like, it literally carries. Like, I just can't wait. I can't wait to play this drum specifically in a live setting where I'll hit it and I know it's going to project, which is something that not a lot of people would say about a wood drum, like a wood-made drum. Like, I feel like these drums particularly will project. Like, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem projecting. But again, I think that has to also do not just with the construction, but the type of wood that I chose. North American ash, man. It is beautiful, man. And I think it's awesome that, I don't know, that I get to experience this, man. I'm just letting you guys know this is awesome. This is awesome. Just doing this review and letting you guys hear it. But again, that consistency of the belly is evident on all of these drums. Like, you see it, a nice size belly, and it curves well. So like the curves, I feel that some makers make it just too evident. Like, I'm just trying to curve the life out of this drum so I know it can get a certain tone. This one's like, it's subtle. It literally is subtle, a nice modern look. I've played 13-inch Super Tumbas before. I played 14-inch Super Tumbas before. I've played 15-inch, which is crazy, Super Tumbas. And you could tell, like, there's just an exaggeration at times where I feel like this one, it's like you could tell it's a Super Tumba, but it's just not, you know, like that. But yeah, I mean it's heavy, but if you're used to it, if you have bags, which, you know, I recommend people use bags whenever they are gonna play it out. So we have to go bag shopping for this, because yeah, I mean, if you're somebody that's looking for something light, North American ash is probably not the way to go. You know, cherry maybe. You know, I know that Moperc stopped making cedar, but when I saw, and I'll try to link the video, you know, why Moperc, but there's someone there by the name of Paulo that had cedar drums, and he picked it up like if it was nothing, and it's like super lightweight. So they have lightweight options, which is awesome, man. But this is crazy. This is crazy. It's a beautiful instrument, beautiful drum. Love it. And I think that it's extremely special on how this is just made. Just made. Again, like that you feel the same experience from the smallest drum that I have to the biggest drum. Like, you feel it all the way through, that this is something just unbelievable how it was made. So it's beautiful, man. Beautiful drums. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different. Never really done a drum review, you know, other than the Manito Percussion Requinto. But this is unique. This is a unique experience. And one, if you can save up for it, if you can try to make your way to do it, you know, look into Moperc, look into these options, support a small business. There's other companies like PM Percussion, Manito Percussion, Mame. There's just so many. There's so many. OC Percussion. I mean, man, there's just a lot of great artists out there that do take their time with their drums to make sure that you get what you want and that you get to experience the purest sound that you can possible from a drum, you know. So, and if you can only get an LP, a Mino, a Toca, a Pearl, like, that's okay. Those are great drums, great companies for a purpose. But if you want something different, a little bit more attention to detail on a specific sound, you know, try to investigate and learn about these other companies as well that just actually hand make their drums and take their time to get exactly what you want, the sizes that you want, the color that you want. It's crazy, man. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Y'all already know what to do. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great one.